Hello, good people. This is Sam here at She Does the Most, and today we are decorating this spread with these beautiful wall decals from the Dollar Tree. When I first saw them, I thought that they were so pretty and perfect, so I will not keep you guys waiting. Let's get into it. You have to say it, baby. So here I am beginning at the top where I normally do, and I am going to use this larger flower. I don't know what kind of flowers these are really. The packaging doesn't say, but these are giving peony vibes, and those are my favorite flowers, so I absolutely love it. I actually planted 4 peony roots in the front of my house, and only 2 of them actually came up, and I think they had like 1 peony each, but I was so excited. So here I just pretty much eyeballed the cut. I am not the most precise person despite being in the sciences, and a lot of people think that I'm like a perfectionist, but I have my hand in so many different things that I really can't fixate on it being absolutely perfect in order to get it out. Like, I'm very good with a deadline. So, I eyeballed it, made that cut, put down my decal, and had to do some adjustments. Now, all of these Dollar Tree wall decals are not created equally. This one peeled up pretty well, but they don't always. So I have torn up some of the pages in my planner trying to readjust these wall decals. For the most part, they're pretty good, but do know I make no promises that your stickers are going to come up as easily as that one did. So because I am a professional, you can see that I have this sticker at the bottom perfectly in frame. But I do end up adjusting and once again making one of my infamous eyeball cuts. And I kind of wanted this positioned a little differently at the bottom. So I cut off that side and it becomes, super cute to lay down. And I actually saved that piece to use later. The whiteout that I used for the top is absolute trash, and I will link the video that I first used it in, but I do not recommend. The tape runner part is terrible. The whiteout is terrible. I do not endorse it, but I will link it, if for nothing else, for when you see it on Amazon, to absolutely avoid it because I don't like it at all. I'm choosing to use this really dark pink colored washi tape to make my boxes in this one. I'm only using one color because I wanted to keep it relatively simple, but I thought these florals would be really nice for Mother's Day. That is that Sunday. I don't really have any plans. Olive said that she was planning a surprise. She and Pawpaw have some sort of scheme, so we'll see how well an 8-year-old is able to execute a surprise with very little help, because I don't really feel like an old Jamaican man is going to be that much help for her in, helping her do whatever surprise it is that she has planned. But it is cute nonetheless. So I will share a little update on my baby Delilah. I know in my monthly, I think it was my After the Pen, I was talking about how she had an appointment at Children's Hospital. Well, long story short, it turns out that she doesn't have alpha thalassemia minor, which is absolutely great. The best news that I've gotten all month. But what I wanted to talk about was her baby stubbornness. So she decided one day that she was just done breastfeeding. I thought that she was sick. I went to, of course, Dr. Google and saw everything from a cold or teething to esophageal cancer, So, of course, I just spiraled and it was a catastrophe. And I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with her? And for her whole life, she never took a bottle. So, after 2 days and possible dehydration, I give her a bottle and she drinks the whole thing after refusing a bottle for 7 months. So I was just like, okay, this is really weird. And then I gave her another bottle and she completely drank it down. So it wasn't an issue with the breast milk, it was just an issue with the method of delivery. And so for several days, I just gave her bottles, but it also created exponentially more work for me. So to be in the house with two young babies, one that has high medical needs, and then now I need to pump 5 times a day, wash bottles. I was very spoiled by the fact that breastfeeding is very zero waste and minimal effort. I had stopped pumping in April. And so I was only pumping once a day in the morning just to get some pressure off and to stock up a supply. So now I had a freezer full of milk, but I didn't want to stop producing milk at this point. So I was pumping so often during the day and it just created so much work and it was such a headache. And then everyone was just like, oh, well, you should be so happy and you should be so excited about this and this should be good. She's drinking a bottle. This is what you want. And I did want her to drink a bottle, but I wanted her to drink a bottle in conjunction with breastfeeding. So when she wasn't breastfeeding at all, it was also a little bit, not only was it more work with the pumping, but it was also kind of just like, okay, what's wrong with me that you don't want to breastfeed anymore, And I didn't change soaps or deodorant, and it was nothing like that. What I think happened is that she bit me several times the day before she stopped breastfeeding, and I guess she did not like my response to the biting. And I think maybe it just scared her a little. I didn't scream or grab her or anything like that, but it just was not a very favorable response. So I think that's the only thing that I could pinpoint to make her want to stop breastfeeding. But after maybe 3 days, the longest 3 days of my life, throughout that time, I always attempted to breastfeed her, and I popped her back on again. And then, lo and behold, she went back into breastfeeding. And so, hopefully, now we have given her bottles since as well, so she can stay on that track of being able to take both. So, the long-term effect was that it was a great benefit of getting her on the bottle, but during that time, it was so stressful, and I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know if she was okay. But everything works out for the best. She's just going to be a really stubborn one and do her own thing. So this May sticker came from Hobby Lobby, and it was on sale for maybe $1.50, $1.75, something like that. So I'm just putting that up above, and this is my completed spread. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.